Hey guys, MC Mora here, and today we're gonna talk about Ingrid and how you can really get going with this character. You obviously seen the combo videos, you have seen the Twitter clips, there's so much discussion on her, and is Ingrid the new JP? And you know what? She kinda does remind me of JP, but not because she have a kind of like an amnesia-like move, not because she's kind of like a zoner. That's not really the point. What reminds me a lot about Ingrid and JP is that she is a fundamentally like really strong character on the basic level. Like you pick her up and you start doing stuff and she feels really strong, but then there's also like a lot of room to optimize. There's a lot to go for. A lot of people are saying that Ingrid is a zoner. Ingrid is a zoner, and she kind of is a zoner, but you don't zone to win with Ingrid. You are pretty much putting an obstacle course for your opponent. You are making it hard for them, or at least making it hard for them to close the distance so that you can get charges for her Sun Crest system. And initially I thought that Ingrid would kind of be like G, where the upgrade system is really complex and you get different everything, different specials and different fireballs, and there is elements to that, but it's also much more streamlined because what changes realistically is like a single special and her supers, and that is pretty much it. The thing about it, in blunt terms, you get more utility once you have stocks, and pretty much 2 is a cap because you have the Optic Blast, the Beam of Doom, and her supers will deal more damage. That's pretty much it. The entire idea with Ingrid is you wanna build Sun Crests because when you have stocks, you're getting way more damage. Like the damage increase is exponential. So what actually changes with Ingrid? Let's start first. What actually changes? And the first one is pretty much her Heavy Punch Beam. That's this special, right? So if I don't have charges, it is just this mid-range knockdown single hitting tool, which is okay. If I have 1 charges and I press Heavy Punch, it becomes this 2 hitting launcher. If I have 2 charges, it's gonna be this 3 hitting launcher move where you get much better juggle, right? And that is pretty much it. If I'm at 4 stocks, it's still the 2 stocks version. If I'm at 3 stocks, it is still the 2 stocks version. At 2 charges, you pretty much got the Ingrid toolkit at your disposal. You got everything you want at your disposal, right? And the OD version is very similar to the heavy, but it's gonna be like 1 step ahead. So what I mean by that is you do the Heavy Punch Beam, you get the teleport into forward kick, right? You do have you use the OD 1 stock and you pretty much get the same thing. So OD is gonna be 1 step ahead of the Heavy Punch Beam, right? And her supers, her level 1 will change as well, where it will just do more damage, where like this does 1900, but if I decided to spend 1 bar, it's gonna do a little bit more damage at 2.3k, which is on the high end for a level 1. But if I got the level 2 version, and that's gonna be 2.7k, which is crazy damage. So pretty much how much damage do you wanna get out of your level 1? And her level 2 will get enhanced as well. But the thing is, the interactions will lead to exponentially more damage. So you're not getting a little bit more damage, you're getting exponentially more damage. Case in point says that I got a move which is very good for Ingrid, that is her forward Heavy Punch, right? And this move is a low crushing move and it can be cancelled into the aerial beam, right? So if I am at 1 stock, I can go for forward Heavy Punch into OD Beam, and this gives me this small juggle state. If you're near the corner, you can get like a medium Tatsu kind of like move, which that is okay. But if I am mid-screen and I got the 2 bars and I did the thing, this pretty much sets up a juggle state where now, like, take a look at this. That was 4.2k and I got charged. So the damage increase is exponential, like I said, because even then, at 1 bar, my OD Beam, all I can get pretty much without spending level 3 is gonna be this this forward teleport kick, which is 2k damage. That's good, but at 2 bars you get the teleport downwards into that, which is like 3 points, like that's 3k, that's way more damage. And obviously at this juggle state I could have done a lot more. Like this is juggle state where I could go for like an OD Tatsu into the level 2 and the party could really begin. Like now I'm getting way more, I'm getting like a way better situation out of it, right? So like I said, you get way better situation, and I'm gonna talk about like some of the damage that you can get, but that's pretty much the idea. The idea with Ingrid is you wanna get the Sun Crest because it boosts your damage. And that is why you zone. Right? And that's why you zone. You don't throw fireballs with Ingrid because you just want to throw them because I want Akuma to jump so I get an anti-air. That's not really the purpose. The purpose is I'm gonna put the obstacle course out so that I'm gonna be able to get the buff. I'm gonna be able to get the stocks, and once I have stocks, it is GG's shake my hand, because once Ingrid gets stocks, she becomes the greatest anti-zoner in the game because you already have teleports, by the way. Like if Akuma's thinking about throwing fireball, he have to think about my teleport. And if Akuma is doing that, if he's trying to throw his heavy projectile, bam, GG's, good luck. Like once you have that, he pretty much can't even dream about throwing fireballs at you, right? Once you have 2 stocks, you pretty much got complete control, right? So a lot of people are saying that the idea with Ingrid is zone. I think it depends on the matchup, but for the most part, you're zoning to get that Sun Crest. And Ingrid has something about her that is really powerful, and it is the fact that she can throw a regular and an OD projectile at the same time. And for a character that with her install is gonna get that much damage, I don't know why they gave her that. But what I mean, well, I can throw a light fireball and then throw an OD. And actually, she did that initial activation. She did that initial OD fireball where the heavy or the fireball was still on the screen. Right? And you can go about it in the other way as well, right? So I activated here and I was like plus 10. Right? I actually got like the buff and I was plus 10. So you can do something like that, right? Bam. I activate, I'm plus 9. And that is the strength of the obstacle course that Ingrid can set up. That is the entire idea behind his zoning. It's not I'm just gonna zone because I want to pay parries and I want him to be low on drive and I want him to jump so I can. It's not really the point. The point is I'm zone. I put the hitbox out there so that Akuma can't close the distance easily, so that I can get my charge. And once I got it, he can't throw fireballs. And if we're in the mid range, my hits are gonna do mad damage. So how do you set up the stocks, right? Like I said, fireball into OD fireball. That is great. That's pretty much like it's a ridiculously good trap, right? But if I'm gonna be putting fireballs on screen, well, there is a good chance that the opponent is gonna try to jump. So I need to have solid anti-airs. And obviously they gave Ingrid an absurd anti-air. Like I am genuinely shocked that this is a fireball motion. So this is a legit DP. This is her fireball forward and light kick, and that is a legit DP. Like here I'm doing it from crouching position as late as possible. Frame 1, air invul, move that is on a fireball motion. That is actually crazy. So she have a fantastic anti-air, and obviously, I mean, you can set up the optical course like that, and if they happen to get hit by it, kudos to you. You got 2 installs, which is great. Like 20 at minus 20, this full screen, they can't really do much. So that can be very good. She also have a back heavy bunch that can work as an anti-air, and it can be very rewarding, but it's very slow at like 14 frame startup. It's rewarding if you got the hit, but it's not like a realistic move that you wanna anti-air with. Typically, you're gonna be going for as a fireball forward and light kick. And it's important when playing Ingrid to know which knockdowns can give you enough advantage to have a safe install, to have a safe power up, right? because I already bought a combo guide for Ingrid, and most of Ingrid combos is gonna lead to her like the medium kick ballerina. But this is only plus 38 frame advantage, and the install is 48 frames, and the key number is 48, right? So if I knock him down with that, and I go for the buff, I'm gonna be minus 10, and Akuma is in sweep range. I think maybe even in like heavy punch range. So it's like I can get dogged. It's not wake up. Let's actually make him go for a sweep, because that's pretty much gonna be guaranteed. Yeah, you're gonna get sweep. You're gonna get hit. That is not a safe install, right? So Mura, what are the safe installs? What can we go for? Well, you have a couple that are very prominent, right? Now. We set up the obstacle course, we do all of that, but sometimes the opponents will approach and they're gonna be able to close the distance, and from a range like that, this is still a fireball, so it's 49 total frames. We talked about the jump, but yeah, like they're gonna play the mid-range, so we need some moves from this distance to be able to play with, and the first one is gonna be the back medium kick. This move reminds me a lot of Mortal Kombat. I don't know why. The animation really reminds me of that, but why is he doing that? The thing is, this move have a target combo attached to it, which is back medium kick. Oh my god, Akuma, please! Which is back medium kick into heavy punch. And this is a great knockdown, plus 44 frame advantage. So you pretty much get an install, and you're gonna be minus 4, and it knocks them down very far away. So that is excellent. Really check out the range that this is hitting from, and Ingrid actually got pretty standard walk speed, so that is like really good, right? Another thing about Ingrid that I think is great is gonna be the medium punch optic blast, and you want to use this in combos if you want to go for the install and also at a poke. Obviously, like I did show you in the combo guide, a lot of her combos, especially from mediums, can be comboed into the medium Tatsu, but that doesn't give you a great situation. Instead of doing that, which 2.1k damage, that's nice, but no install, you can combo into the medium optic blast and you get an install, and still did just about 2k damage, and that can be applied from all of her other normals. I think like once you start playing this character, you will get into the habit of, oh, I need to get some stocks, so let me combo into the medium optic blast, which could be very good because, like I said, that give you, and now I'm full screen. Like if I did this and I got the knockdown, I'm full screen, meaning I can set this up and get even more. So I can do that, got an install, throw one, throw a second, bam, now I'm at 3, and once I'm at 3, my damage output can be absolutely tremendous. Like I can do stuff like that, which is now, oh my god, you got hit once by crouching heavy? Well, Akuma, GG's, right? That's kind of like the idea. That is the power of the medium optic blast. It not only gives you that the -1 long range charge, but also beautifully sets this up. Right, so this is a very powerful, and at 3 bars, what is Akuma gonna do? Like I can just throw like a random OD optic blast, and now GG's Akuma. Like he's gonna eat a ton of damage, right? So that can be very powerful. And another obviously ender that is very good if you want to go for the stocks, if you want to go for the charge, is gonna be like the heavy ballerina. You want to go for this as much as possible, and the idea is you get a knockdown that will leave you fairly close and you still get the charge. And the idea is like you do that, you combo into the aerial optic blast into buff, and you still have plus frames and you got a charge. So in some combos, in some situations, that could be really good, right? So what do I do once I have 2 bars? Once I have 2 bars, pretty much this move becomes a hit confirm of Doom, because this move is a low crush and it's -4, but there's a lot of pushback, which is really good. Her standing heavy punch becomes an insane move, right? Obviously, this has gigantic range, as you can see, extreme screen control and gigantic range. But what makes this very powerful is obviously, like, if you have gotten as a punish counter, it will combo into that. So again, that's gonna set up like a great situation. I kind of messed it up, but like you get a point. Bam, install, and a +3 in his face in throw range. So heavy punch becomes an extremely threatening normal. Once you have 2 installed as well, even heavy kick. And this move is gigantically good, by the way, have good range. But in counter hit, it leaves Ingrid at a +6 frame advantage, meaning that you're gonna get that, which means that you can get a situation like that going as well, or even just go for the light buff, which could be really good. So these normals end up translating into huge damage. Even just like a crouching medium punch buffer can lead to like gigantic damage once you have the install. Pretty much every mid-range option become extremely threatening. And here is the thing, because your normals become extremely threatening, the opponent is gonna approach you very carefully. Like, once you have the stocks here, the opponent is gonna try to approach you very carefully, which will let stuff like throwing heavy and then drive rushing behind it work. It's gonna let you do stuff like that into like drive rush overhead, and that's now it's gonna be like a more threatening option, etc, etc, etc. The situation is gonna be very hard for them to deal with, right? And that is pretty much like the entire game plan. Now, one aspect of Ingrid that I think is really important is gonna be her level 2. And just like level 1, her level 2 have layers to it where you can activate it, and this is a no stocks version, and this will do like 3 beams of light. And the 3 beams of light is good, but it doesn't give you like that much damage. It's 1600 damage, which is not that much. If I did the medium version or like the one stock version, it's gonna be a little bit more damage. We went from 1600 to 2400. That's an 8% increase, so that is a lot. But really, it is the 2 stocks version that is really, really good. I don't have one, and I was wondering why I'm not getting it. Once you got that, it is like the full activation version. This is gonna be massive damage, 3.4k, which is absurd damage, and that bounce is way better. Like at 0 stocks, the juggle here is not great. Like what you can get out of this juggle is not particularly great. Like it's small juggle. But if you have the 2 bars and you got the activation, like you pretty much get a bounce, and that bounce will give you much better combo. You pretty much get like a heavy Tektatsu, right? Which is great. See, like the damage increased exponentially. So the game plan with Ingrid, I want to stock up to have 2 bars, preferably 3 stocks, 2 or 3 stocks, and then make them explode with a single hit. And make sure that you prioritize that. There's a lot of videos out there about Ingrid doing stuff like that, and activating, and then getting a throw combo, and that is great. But if I do that with no stocks, what I'm getting isn't that fantastic. Like I'm getting here an activation, maybe an uppercut. It's not that great of a situation, right? But if I have the 2 stocks, if I do like the 2 stocks version, I would say this is worth spending on, because you're gonna get 2 installs, you're gonna get the juggle here, and obviously I could have installed here, so you get an even 3rd one, and you get Oki. Right, and I did 4.4k. The damage increase is crazy. I don't think it's worth going right now for the level 1 and the level 2 stocks level 2. Keep it for the big one, keep it for level 3. And obviously, if you're going for the back throw stuff, because her heavy kick into activation, that puts you at a +4 advantage, so you can immediately back throw them, or just throw them in general. See, like this is the other 1600, which is great. But if I got the level 2 activation, the damage increase is insane. So pretty much, look at my combo video, see which combos you can do from which starters, save up so that you have 2 crests or 3 preferably, and absolutely dominate, because any hit you're gonna do is gonna lead to 70%. Even a stray full screen that can be good. Generally speaking, I don't recommend being low on stocks and going in with stuff like that with Ingrid, because I see a lot of players doing that, which is not bad. Obviously, that can be good, but you don't want to go in, you don't want to pursue the opponent, you don't want to rush down until you have 2 stocks, because that is when everything becomes much more rewarding, right? In like layman terms, what I try to do with Ingrid as much as possible is I get a combo, medium optic blast, get a combo, medium optic blast, get my install, throw a projectile, throw an OD1, get another, and now I play neutral, I get 1 hit, I hit them once, I do that, and bam, they explode if I get a level 3 or a level 2 on a combo like that. That is pretty much it. That is the game plan. That is Ingrid.Exe, which I think is very straightforward. Anyways, that's it pretty much for the starter guide for Ingrid. Obviously, she is a lot more complex, there's a lot more to do, but I just wanted to give you like an idea on what you should be doing with her, what is the basic game plan. If you have liked this video, please leave a like or a comment, it helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.